two favorite co-hosts, Mr. State Kent. I'm Akron Lee. We are the City Boys Pod. Back at it again with a brand new edition. Lots of good entertainment things to get into today, especially in the basketball world. But without further ado, we got my man Anthony here. How you doing, Anthony? How's your weekend going?
Doing good. You know, any weekend and I have to go to work is always great. Just trying to catch up on sports and just kind of relax. So
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for having me for sure.
Yeah, no, thanks for getting on here with us. As you know, I definitely can relate to that too. Any day that you get off, me and State talk about it every time. Every time we get on here, man, just gotta avoid the keeping up with the Joneses for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. But yeah, no, I just big thank you for being a part of it with us. I know that you're pretty big into wrestling, sports, lots of juicy stuff to talk about in NFL with our respective teams. We'll get into that a little bit later, but like I said, thank you for being on and ready to get down to the nitty gritty. Staten, how you doing today? How are your vibes?
My vibes are always chill, calm today, as usual. I'm enjoying the day. Like I said, just I'm preparing to move out, so I'm just trying to clean up, take care of business.
Yeah, you're getting ready for a move, huh?
Yep, big move, man. We've got 2 weeks, but
there you go.
I'm excited. I'm happy, but I'm enjoying my Sunday afternoon so far, so I can't complain too much.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's what's crazy is we finally have good weather on the weekend. I feel like we've been getting all the good stuff during the week when we're all working and shit, and then on the weekend it's just kind of been raining and stuff.
We're trying to stay on our feet. The wind's been blowing a couple days.
Man, you ain't lying. Jeez. Well, without further ado, the viewers, it is for you guys that we are back again and excited to talk about a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of March Madness, just to give you guys a little bit of a preview, and then we got some NFL and NBA talk. Definitely got some stuff there to go over. But I want to start at the very beginning here. Wrestling. WWE, WrestleMania is coming up. State and I had a damn good discussion last episode about John Cena. What an event that was, as we all witnessed. What are some of your big excitements as we get closer to WrestleMania here? What is it, about 3 weeks? Is it in April?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go ahead and get it started off, Anthony. Who are you looking forward to matchup-wise?
Well, first off, to kind of tip it off y'all with John Cena turning heel. I mean, I've been back into watching WWE, I would say probably now 7-8 years. So I kind of got to see ruthless aggression and then kind of took a tidbit after started playing basketball, going away from WWE. But the fact that he's turned heel, I'm shocked, but I like it because if you don't know, he's tied with the Nature Boy Ric Flair for all time, world champions. He's going to beat that record. And it makes sense where he's like, you know what? I'm going to sell out. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this title. If I got to join the bad guy, if I got to join the final boss, The Rock, I'm getting this championship and I'm getting this record. So I love that. Aside from that, of course, that's the big one, him and Cody Rhodes. But another one that I'm really excited for, which I'm pretty sure is going to come up, I'm thinking it's going to be a triple threat match. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. For the people that have watched, I think Monday, Madison Square Garden, Seth Rollins and CM Punk, who have had a feud for years, but when CM Punk coming back, Seth Rollins didn't like it. And if you haven't been watching, they all caused each other to get out in Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins double-footed curb stomp Roman Reigns. And I don't know if you've seen it, Akron or State, and I'm pretty sure you saw it. I thought he was out after that. I was like, I said, is he mad at Roman? That didn't look good. But the fact in the steel cage match where Seth Rollins is about to get out and Roman comes out of nowhere, comes out like he did with the Shield days, and pulls him out. And it's going to be pandemonium, but I think it's perfect because those three are main event worthy. CM Punk will get his main event. The main card is one of the many main events now for the 2-day weekend. But that match is going to be a bit of amazing storytelling with that, especially Paul Heyman in the mix of that too. That's going to be an amazing match. Probably my most excited match I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, all those matchups definitely sound like they're gonna be box office. That's how I would describe it. It's gonna be crazy. And then with it being in Vegas, I mean, just to add more to it, it's gonna be electric. Staten, are you kind of on the same level with that?
I'm on the same level with that. Like I said, I agree. Back up with Anthony, man. Tracking back to our last episode with John Cena turned heel, like I said, it was a big time thing. Just because what I was telling you last time is like Cena's always been the. Last time we saw Cena as a bad guy, if you will, was Ruthless Aggression era. Now it's been 20 plus years. The guy's been happy-go-lucky babyface, and all of a sudden, like Anthony said, he's chasing that 17th title, trying to break that Ric Flair record. You know what I mean? So we got to team with The Rock and do it. You know what I mean? He gonna do it. But that match is exciting because you just don't know what's gonna happen. I figure what's gonna happen. I think Cena's gonna go over. Obviously, you got him past WrestleMania going over. You know what I mean? He's gonna go over, running the company with The Rock as the guy. You know what I mean? The Rock's chosen one or whatever. But switching topics over to what Anthony was saying, I am excited for that CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Reigns triple threat, just because of the storylines between all three men. You got Paul Heyman, who, he was a Brock Lesnar guy, but remember, he was a Punk guy at one point. And you saw during the match on Monday, Heyman was kind of comforting the CM Punk a little bit, trying to check him a little bit. Roman's like checking him out, like, yo, what's going on? What the hell? Comes in the ring, spears him, takes him out. So now you got that whole dynamic going on. Obviously, you got Seth and CM Punk. They've had that beef for years at this point. Now Punk's back, and that beef is just going to go on and on until the end of time. It's on site with them behind, backstage, in front of the camera. Yeah. It don't matter where. It's whenever, however you want it. And then obviously you got Roman, you got Seth. Their Shield days, going back then. Seth turned on the Shield. Him and Moxley, or Dean Ambrose at the time. Seth turned on them too. Still a little animosity here and there. You know what I mean? So obviously everybody has a dog in the fight at that point. So it's going to be definitely interesting outside of the big title matches. We're going to have that WrestleMania weekend. As far as that goes, there's a couple of matches that I'm interested in seeing. Orton, I think it's going to be Orton Owens, since Orton's back and he tried to take out Owens. I forgot what day it was, but try to take out Owens. So they're going to probably set something up with that. I always love Randy Orton. I love Kevin Owens. Puts in a lot of work.
You try to take him out with a punt, too.
Yeah, with a punt.
Old school punt.
You haven't seen Orton punt in years, man. He was about to do it. He took out anybody.
That was a legend killer, Orton.
Mm-hmm. I'm like,
I saw that knee brace go down and said, oh, he's bringing us back.
Mm-hmm. Man, he's about to decapitate homeboy, man. When Orton breaks out that punt, you pissed him off straight up. So, that's a match that I'm interested in. Hope they set something up. Outside of that, I think it's gonna be a solid weekend. I think it's gonna be a lot of talent, a lot of stars coming out, shining. Tiffany Stratton's big time moment, seeing how she's gonna play on the big stage up against Charlotte Flair. Yeah, I hate Charlotte Flair. I like Charlotte Flair because she's a great worker, but it's just they retcon it every time they need somebody. Hey, is Charlotte available? Is she still hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, send her out. I'm like,
the problem is done. It should get towards the Natalia type of send off for Charlotte, but
go for it.
I'll say another one. Of course, all of us when we first started watching wrestling, the women's wrestling was more so. it was Trish Stratus, Lita, Stacy Keibler, Corey Wilson. It was for looks, but the one I'm going to be excited to watch. Of course, you do have this Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton, but Rhea Ripley, Bianca, they're going to make that a triple threat.
Oh yeah.
Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. I don't know, Akron, if you've seen Rhea Ripley has ran the women's division for the last 2 years.
You have to say 2-3 years, right?
Bianca Belair's character is amazing. Io Sky is another one, and she shockingly won the title off of Rhea Ripley. Was it 2 weeks ago now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 weeks.
They're going to make that a triple threat, and I think that match will tear the house down 100%.
Mm-hmm. Io's a great worker. I really enjoy her. Obviously, got Bianca Belair. She's amazing. Rhea Ripley's amazing. Like I said, she's gonna run that division for years to come. So you just got 3 great workers, all that are fan favorites, going out there and tearing down the house. So I definitely am excited for that. I just hope that they don't overshine Io, but I think she's gonna make her place, make her statement. Jeff Hardy, Edge, Triple H style, come out of the blue, get away.
Mm-hmm.
So
that moonsault has to be the best moonsault in wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's my gosh. So it's Tiffany Stratton's is nice, especially for how young she is, but young in the wrestling world she is. But Io's is chef kiss.
Like
Yeah, no, I like I said, from a, I don't want to say outsider perspective because I do watch it here and there. I just, from a newcomer perspective, though, I guess is how I'd word it. I think there's gonna be a lot of intrigue, like you guys are saying, a lot of intrigue surrounding the whole thing. One final question I'll ask you guys, while we're on wrestling. Do you think it's going to play out how we expect it to play out fully? Like John Cena is going to win the entire thing, at least on the men's side. Like, do you think that is it going to stay true to script, or are we in line for a surprise? I don't know, upset, if you will, if he doesn't win. No,
I can't say
it. You think they're going to stay true just because it's like his last hoorah? I guess.
I think they'll stay true. My bad. I think they'll stay true just so they can carry it out, because if it was Cena's last WrestleMania, they wouldn't have made it like his full-on like last match or whatever. They wouldn't have had him go heel, and they definitely would. They wouldn't have used that spot, for him to face Cody. They definitely would. I think they would have gave it to Punk, if anybody. You know what I mean? I thought Punk was going to win the Royal Rumble, but after they dumped him out, it's kind of like it was up in the air, like who's going to win. I'm cool with Jay. You know what I mean? He's a cool cat, cool guy. I think Gunter's going to eat him alive, and it's going to be...
I think that'd be best. I think that... But, yeah, to go off what Stan said, you don't bring John Cena back and him boast about this retirement tour.
Yeah.
For him not to win it, especially turning him heel right before it.
Yeah.
He's going to be a heel champion. I'm excited to hear what the new theme is going to be and all that, new character. And just have him run that until Survivor Series, whenever the end of the year. Let him run it. If he's full time, he's not full time. But to see how this character unfolds, bring it. Of course, you'll probably have this. He'll probably run up again with Seth Rollins later. Him and CM Punk are gonna have to redo it again. Like, let him be a heel and just let us sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I think,
without a doubt. Go ahead.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Like Anthony was saying, I think they're going to run it all the way to Survivor Series. They're going to have him run the gauntlet a little bit, kind of put his foot down a little bit, get the belt off him, have Cody go beef out with Seth Rollins a couple of times, go run it back with CM Punk. But I can see them trying to run like, okay, you done took out Roman, you done took out Cena, who's up there with The Rock. Okay, now I got to step in and take care of business. So you see how he announced WrestleMania in New Orleans next year. They're going to set something up. I think this is going to be an opportunity for them to finally, final boss. Final boss is gone, but before he heads out, he's going to reign rampant. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow got, I don't know, if The Rock somehow got the chip. I don't know how they're going to do it. We're thinking far down the road. But I think next year's WrestleMania is going to be definitely Cody, possibly Cody and The Rock. And then I think that's when you send that bag over to 316 and say, look, I'm going to send you a blank check.
That's what
going to do it. I think because remember, I thought he was going to come us up.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was
Cody out.
Yeah, what did they say?
I was about to say, send that check to 316.
Mm-hmm.
I guess have him and Cody and The Rock face off. Send that check to Austin. Because final boss, he's going to have his henchmen.
Oh, yeah.
You have Steve Austin come in and help the road.
You're going to have your henchmen, right? You're going to have, I'm pretty sure he'll give Undertaker, he'll come out, do it for a little cheap. He did last time. He'll come out, and instead of getting the choke slam, he'll take out Taker, right? He took out everybody. He took out Taker. He took out this guy, that guy. He's setting it up. He got the belt. He's about to go put belt to ass. And all of a sudden you hear the glass break. And you know who's about to get put the asses at that point. And that's tops off. That's WrestleMania right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Check. So that's how I want to see it happen. But we'll see.
But one thing I just thought about too, right when you said about Cena, I guess with the pastime of wrestling, someone goes out, you put someone over.
Mm-hmm.
Who would he put over? I guess would that be a time to put over a young talent like Braun Breaker, who, I mean, for the people that don't know, that's the Steiner's son and nephew, Big Papa Pump's nephew. Do you end up calling up Obafemi, who's in NXT, who's a freaking monster, and just have him, have Cena put him over? Because he's got superstar written all over him. I mean, they can go many different ways. So, or do you have Jacob Fatu come out and beat Cena? Weird, but
yeah,
someone who hasn't been in WWE for a long time but is making his name. They have a lot of different ways to go with it, so it'll be exciting.
Yeah,
I can see Fatu kind of eating the mid cards at this point. I got another match that like I said, we haven't really mentioned like the other side titles, not side titles, the B plus guy titles, the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship. I kind of want to see LA Knight and Fatu go at it at Mania. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see him kind of get his own little time to shine. He's a monster. He's a killer. And I think that just perfect. Just put the title on him. But backing up what you were saying, man, I'd be cool with them putting Braun Breaker over. You put this guy who's an absolute beast, who I think is still a little green, but I think that once we get down Survivor Series and a little past that, when Cena's it's time to put over young talent, I think that's the number one guy you go for at that point.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Now, and I think just my hot take for what'll happen, and it's not even title or anything. They'll finally turn. My one thing I hope they do, aside from hopefully Street Profits win that tag team title, they're going to do like a fatal 5-way. We can get into that later, but they'll turn Austin Theory face. They will turn him into a good guy. I think they're teasing it, and I think people are saying he'd be the face John Cena of this generation. They're going to do it. I think they'll do it at WrestleMania.
I can see him doing WrestleMania. I feel bad for Austin Theory because I think, when Vince was still there, they were trying to put him over like God, and he was like the chosen one, kind of. And after Vince is gone now, they kind of have to you got to eat a little shit, you know what I mean? Because you kind of, you got to eat a little shit before you get out the other side of the tunnel. So I'd be cool to see Austin Theory as a babyface because I think he's kind of had a little go on heat with some people, and it's not because of him; it's just because how he was presented. But
how it was brought up so fast.
Correct.
But I think he's it. I think he's a great wrestler. They just have to put the face character on him, and I think they can. I don't think that's not hard.
Oh yeah.
I think you can kind of see he hasn't really done well as a heel, and I think he got when John Cena tore him to shreds in a promo. Everybody was tearing him to shreds in a promo, so I think it's harder for him to be a heel.
Right.
So I think it'll be more natural for him to be a face. So,
man, lots of good stuff. There was like 3 questions that I was going to ask y'all, and y'all answered every one of them. No, that's awesome, man. Like I said, I from an observer standpoint where I'm at, because y'all know a lot more about it than I do, I'll go on record and say that. Like I'm just excited to enjoy the show. It's going to be insane. I was going to ask y'all, one of the big things I was going to ask y'all is, do we see Stone Cold Steve Austin? You know what I'm saying? Because we've been hearing about it. We thought we were going to see him last year. We didn't see it.
Edge of my seat, man.
What's that?
I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, I just need Austin to come out, man. I need that glass break. And I heard that dong. I wasn't mad, but I was like, oh, like that's kind of my reaction.
everyone was like, it's still exciting. It's still exciting.
It was just kind of a letdown, a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
You sound like come on, he's in the hoodie, and you're like, you can tell it was last second.
Oh man, no, it's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be a masterpiece for sure. And we're gonna get lots of oohs and ahs, and maybe we'll see Asho Speed show up in another Prime bottle. Who knows?
Oh gosh.
That dude there get his ass beat by Logan Paul. And hey,
Yeah.
speaking of Logan Paul, are we completely listen? We'll switch here in just a couple seconds. But last thing about wrestling, you think Logan Paul is gonna be an underrated name? Because I haven't heard his name thrown too much in the mix as far as contending at WrestleMania. But
I think they're teasing him against AJ Styles.
you think so?
For it, but I'm not his biggest fan personally.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
but he can go in wrestling. I'll give him his credit. He can work, and I think it. Like I said, with Austin Theory not being natural, he's naturally a bad guy, and he feeds off of it. And
he does.
People would say what they want. They don't like it. They don't like him. I get that, but you have to give him respect.
You do.
I'll 100% hold my hands up and say, hey, I respect him as a wrestler. Now, if they find a way, I could see them in the future putting him in the heavyweight title contention. I mean, just because of his character. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked with it. I mean, he's put on shows against who? Randy Orton, Roman Reigns. That Roman Reigns match in, what was it, Crown Jewel?
Yeah, Crown Jewel, yeah.
That shocked me. So he can go.
Yeah.
Back off of what Anthony said, man. You know, I'm on the same boat with him, man. It's just like the internet stuff, and then like, you know, him and his brother, and you know, I despise Jake Paul. I'm not gonna lie, I despise him.
Second.
To the utmost.
Second.
But look, I have to admit, man, he can go. He's great size, you know, big dude, can really move around the ring. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to do too little. He's like Anthony was saying, he's shown that he can go out there with the best. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. I know that spot he had with Ricochet. I can't remember what it was. Was it Royal Rumble or was it? I can't remember.
It was Royal Rumble.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Yeah.
3 years ago or 2 years ago.
I think
one of the yeah,
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. But
yeah, rope to rope, side to side, meeting in the middle.
For a guy that's only had, you know, X amount of matches and just so little experience, you know what I mean, and how far he's come. And then he's a natural heat getter. You know what I mean? He's a natural guy that's not go home heat, but it's like, dude, I would pay to see someone kick your ass, man. I like him, you know, as a wrestler, as a heel, and I definitely could see him down the road. You could throw him in there with the Rollins. You could throw him in there with any other guys for a top title. You know what I mean? I want to say the title, but, you know, the World Heavyweight Championship, Intercontinental. You already saw him win the United States Championship, so it's kind of,
yeah, exactly.
The sky's the limit.
He did well with it. Mm-hmm. I love the whole character of, oh, hey, you know, you want to beat me? Sorry, I'm over here at my house chilling. I'll come back to see you next week. Like, it fit perfectly. So, I mean, some people are like, oh, like we're just wasting the time. Hey, no, like it did what it needed to do. Right. It got you to feel. It got you to have a feeling based off of it. And it's him against LA Knight was a good match.
Oh yeah.
So he's done his part.
I'll compare, not in the same stratosphere, but I'll compare it to like Brock. Brock can get a championship, disappear for months on end, show up 2 weeks before pay-per-view and tear shit down. You know what I mean? Because
exactly.
He's a draw, you know what I mean? Just like Logan Paul, he's a draw because, you know, he's talented and you want to see somebody try to get the belt off of him. And he can talk his shit and he can back it up, and I like him. And he's still really young, man. You know, what, he's 30, 29, 30 or whatever. So he's still got years on him.
Yeah, no, that's very, very, like you guys were saying, it's a very villainous role that he plays, but he plays it well. You know what I mean? And definitely puts a name to the face there, which is crazy because I mean, obviously, you know, him and Jake Paul started as YouTubers years ago, and now they're and the whole boxing thing. We won't even get into that. That's a whole different topic. But
Logan's gonna make it farther. You know what I mean? Just because I think Jake kind of understands, like with the Mike Tyson stuff going on, right, and that whole fight, if you will. The facade and the aura is going to wear off versus Logan. I think he just found his niche with wrestling. I know they're coming out with a new show, Jake versus Logan or whatever on HBO Max. So that's going to take a little bit of his time. But outside of that, like Anthony was saying, man, that fits perfect. He shows up, talks a little shit. Oh, you guys want the belt? I'm on the beach in Costa Rica with my wife, or I'm over here in Puerto Rico, or you know what I mean. So it fits, man, and so I like him. He hits a better buckshot than freaking Adam Page. That's what put him over the top to me.
Yeah, 100%. But I guess I'll go on to this too, and this is
Can
aside
you
from the whole wrestling
guys?
thing.
Hello? Can you hear
Akron,
me?
you said you're outsider. This is my first go round here. I guess who's your favorite, y'all two favorite all time wrestler, and then as well, stating me and you favorite current wrestler or wrestlers. So I guess Akron will go first since you're going to be favorite all time.
Yeah, mine would be favorite all time. Man, probably the Undertaker. Probably the Undertaker. He's a goat. He's up there with the Rocks and the Stone Cold Steve Austins of the world. He's yeah. From a strictly outsider perspective and just growing up, the aura around the Undertaker, he's
Oh,
one of
yeah.
the most likable wrestlers ever that we've ever had. That would have to be my pick. How about you guys?
I guess with me, favorite all time, I'm not. It's been Rey Mysterio. I mean, I'm a, I'm a, I'm a
Whoa.
one. I'm a short guy. I'm a shorter guy,
Mhm.
but just remember watching it, the allure of him, of seeing something we ain't seen before.
Uh-huh.
Which I mean, the luchador, but I remember just watching that first match, just him popping up out of the floor, and I was like, "Whoa, who is this?" And then just the whole allure of don't matter how big or how tall you are, him doing, using the ropes to his advantage, the 619. So he's always been a fan favorite of mine. I know it's getting towards the end of his time, and I'm glad he got in the Hall of Fame, well deserved. But even just random him winning the world heavyweight title, crazy as a cruiserweight to ever do it. But and then currently, I have two. My favorite wrestler right now is Finn Balor. I hate how they're treating him. The man got pushed immediately, won the title from Seth Rollins, tore his shoulder, and then Vince was like, "Oh, he's too small," which I'm like, I get it, but come in and let him have his spot. Akron, his character, the whole Finn Balor, and then out of nowhere you reach deep inside and he brings out the demon, and they had the demon be undefeated until they had a match with Edge and Roman Reigns just squashed it. That's a whole nother issue with Vince, and I hate that. It is what it is, but aside from him, Montez Ford, half of the Street Profits, the man needs a single push. It's insane the athleticism he had. So Montez Ford is Bianca Belair's husband, but the athleticism he has, the promo skills, the personality, what was it last year's Elimination Chamber he was in, or 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
He's a tag team champion, but he can go by himself. I don't want them to do a whole split up between them, but I want it to be like, hey, we're still boys, but he immediately can be in the World Heavyweight title picture, just with his character. And I don't know if you've seen it recently, how they went from how he's just been dark, like, hey, we got to get that gold. Everybody taking a sweep. I love that. And that's, once they push him, they better push him and keep him up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta agree with Anthony, man. Montez Ford's we were talking about this the other day at work because me and my coworker, man, Michael, we're big wrestling fans too. We're like, dude, Street Profits, man, they got opportunity, man. Like they need to put the title back on. We just kept talking for weeks on, and I'm like, dude, they didn't have them in like the background, just doing nothing. Then they put the title back on him. It's kind of like, okay, look, this is a tag team that you guys know like, can go, especially Montez Ford. I do remember, like, he has some crazy spots. He's a great worker.
Mm-hmm.
Good sized dude, can talk. He just like you were saying, Anthony, man. I think not have him turn, not have the whole Street Profits have a breakup, but just him do his own thing, put him in that spot, and you can get some good matches out of anybody.
Yeah,
because he's an athlete. He can cut a promo on anybody, and you believe.
And even
it.
Angelo Dawkins, you
Exactly.
can have him in the mid card. He can hold his own. But Montez, you see rocket ship shoot to the moon.
Oh yeah. especially the way they're going with, a lot of high flyers, all that stuff. But the dude can go and he can stand on his own 2 feet, So I would hope to see that. To answer your questions, favorite wrestler, it varies just because of the time of day or what I ate that day or how I feel. It varies, but I would say all time. There's so many. I would just say right now, Kurt Angle, just because man, Kurt Angle was the guy's a wrestling machine, man. He's somebody that you look at and you're like, man, that's a legitimate wrestler. Just the rapid work, the promos were always interesting because when you first started off, you're like, man, he was kind of here and there, like add to era kind of style. But as the years calm down, he's in there with Cena, he's in there with Shawn Michaels, he's in there with all these other guys. He cut a little promo. He's interesting. He had all that fire, man. He's not a very big guy. He's only 6 foot. I mean, I remember that they had a biography about him. He's talking about, man, I broke my neck this time, broke my neck that time, and the fact he can still go. It's just him as a person, him as a wrestler, and just how entertaining he always was. I especially remember his TNA days when he first came out with Samoa Joe, came out with against AJ Styles. Had a couple of bangers with them two, and he went out there with Jeff a little bit, went out there with Sting. Man, he's had some good matches. So I would say all time, as of today, right now, I would definitely say Kurt Angle. Current wrestlers, that's a little. I would say first would be Rhea Ripley, just because I know she came up in the same time. Women's kind of, well, not even. I can't remember women's revolutionary. You say Mercedes Moné or Sasha
that
Banks.
Was the 4 Horsewomen.
The 4 Horsewomen, and all that stuff. But I'm a big fan because the woman can talk. She has great size. I like a wrestler that looks like a wrestler. That I'm used to. And you never feel like I remember when she first started out. Obviously, she was the blonde prototype kind of setting, but she got the tattoo. She went the gothic route. She has always just been interesting, and I think that every match she's had, she's a great seller. She can talk a little bit. She's always had bangers with Charlotte Flair. She always had great matches with Bianca Belair. She's had really solid matches where it's like they're always going to be 1 or 2 best match of the night, always. So that's my big. And trying to put mine together because now I'm trying to figure out the guys because there's so many guys. I'm thinking of AEW, I'm thinking of all these other people. I would probably just have to say Punk, just because I love some Punk. Always big fan of Punk. I kind of, thinking back to just his time being away from WWE, for 8+ years, 8-9 years, not just WWE, but wrestling in general. And I remember where I was when he first came back to AEW. I'm like, man, Punk came out. I was excited. He's in a brand new company. They're really going to treat him good. Just imagine all the matches he's going to have over there. And the fallout of all that was just, damn, they really missed the opportunity. But just off the back, you go out there and you have beef with MJF. Their top guy over there. Top guy. And I hate how they're him.
He needs to come over to WWE.
He does. He does.
But that's a different conversation. But
yeah. But with Punk, man, I've always been a big fan. I've known him since, not known him, but I've always seen his work since ECW.
I was like, hold up, you grew up with CM Punk?
No, you know what I mean. I watching him and whatnot way back when he had the long hair, he had the lip piercing, he didn't have all the tattoos yet, but I remember the Straight Edge Society he had, for a little bit with Luke Gallows. I forgot Serena. I think that's the chick's name. That was pretty cool. His beef with Rey Mysterio when Rey shaved his whole head off and he had to go wear the mask for a little time bit. You know what I mean? But I've always liked Punk. I think that Vince and them tried to kind of bear him a little bit, but he stood 10 toes on what he believed in. He dropped the pipe bomb. Undeniably one of the best, greatest promos, up there with Austin 316, up there with Ric Flair's style and profiling.
Oh yeah.
Fine, woo, all that. It's up there. You know what I mean? So Punk right now is definitely my current favorite WWE guys right now.
He's one of those like kind of like how we put it to like NBA when they like Steph Curry. Steph
Correct.
Curry's changed. He changed how the game's played. Or shoot, I won't even football. Michael Vick, the mobile quarterback. The way to me, the way CM Punk kind of uncovered that pipe bomb. It's always a hey, it's a McMahon's company. You can't challenge him. What it says goes. And Punk says, shoot, if I don't like how it is, I'm gonna call it how it is. And especially the run in him and Triple H had, well, Paul Levesque,
Yeah.
and the fact where he said, no, let's talk about it, Paul. Bringing the real name into it. That's when you knew it was like, okay, he and the whole, what was it, him and Cena?
Yeah.
Cena winning the title and him coming out with the actual title, which just stuff like that. Which
I would say that's that Money in the Bank match. I remember as a kid. I can remember what year 2011. Him as a kid, like all these rumors, like, oh yeah, CM Punk, he hasn't signed a contract. If he wins, then what's going to happen? Then this stipulation with Cena and whatnot. That's top 5 favorite matches of all time to me, because not just the match between the two of them, because they're obviously amazing, but just the aftermath. They could have easily just let Cena win and let him go over be Superman. But they switched up and said, dude, we're going to let Punk go over, and it's up in the air. And I wasn't on there. I'm not on no Reddit board, stuff like that. I'm not on forums. I don't know. I was like, oh, damn, Punk really took the title. You know what I mean? It was kind of stupid how they ran back the next night and was like, okay, well, we need to put a title on somebody. And, Ray runs the gauntlet, and all of a sudden Superman comes out and is like, hey, buddy, thanks for keeping that new title warm. Go ahead and hop off that real quick.
Yeah.
But, Punk definitely pushes the quota. He definitely is a game changer. And I definitely want top 5 promo guys as of right now. Not named Rollins, not named MJF, not named Cena, Cody.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Man, intriguing stuff in the wrestling world, for sure. I think it's I think what's cool now, one last little tidbit I'll add on it before we move on here. Shout out to Netflix finally getting their stuff together. Because now with it streaming on Mondays and being able to watch Monday Night Raw on Netflix, it's a lot better than what it was a few months ago when we watched that damn Mike Tyson fight and we weren't really watching it. It was all hell that night, dude.
I had to watch it on Twitter.
That's how bad it was. No, but I think Netflix has figured it out, and now they're doing great. It worked out well when they streamed those NFL games on Christmas Day, and then a couple
it was a good
playoff
deal.
games too. Maybe they didn't. I know for sure Christmas, yeah. And then now I've watched a few Monday Night Raws here recently, and it's been good. It's been entertaining. It's a lot faster. So just wanted to throw that out there with it now being there on Mondays, and then it's still for Friday Night SmackDown. It's still on USA, isn't it? Is that what it's still on?
I think for now. I think
for now.
Yeah, I think it's about to change, but I think for now it's still on.
I forgot where to go put it. I think it was like a joke we had. I can't remember where they were going to put it. They said Hulu. SmackDown's going on Hulu.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad if it goes on Hulu though. Shoot,
Hulu's everything on stream.
Yeah, that's just the way we are now. But yeah, no, it's lots of good stuff. Before we move on here, though, in a second, though, anything you guys want to add that y'all have not yet? Did you get everything in there as far as wrestling?
There's a lot of wrestling time, man. Like I said,
there's even more story. There's side storylines we can talk about. There's all kinds of stuff to go on with that.
I said, you don't want to harp on it too much. I know we got some other points to get to, but
no, you're good.
I think with just the monster himself, the demon himself gone, for good at this point, and the company could flourish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, are you talking about Mr. McMahon himself?
Mr. Pervert himself, man. Him and his
Mr.
entourage of pervs
dude.
up in that camp. They're gone, and now the company can finally breathe. And
because who's running it now? Is it Triple H is running it, right?
Yeah,
Triple H is running creative, so
yeah.
Oh man, man, he has his moments where it's like, you know what I mean? But Papa H always comes around when you need him. You know what I mean? He always comes around for me. So, but I think that he's on the up and up, and I definitely am excited, not just for this WrestleMania, but going past the WrestleMania. With the game
Where it's
plan.
going to continue to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, that NXT roster
Oh, you got
with Shawn
talent
Michaels.
down there.
Hey, sorry, Stephanie Vicure. That's my. She's 31, double women's champion, gorgeous, and she can go. Give it about a year, she'll be up there with Rhea.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe it. Oh yeah. Wow.
She's in NXT, right? You said Stephanie. I think I saw a video of one of her matches the other day on Twitter, and she was just going off.
She goes up. They're pushing her, and she
Yeah.
can be up there for the next 10 years. So
That's crazy.
She's kind of only this shining light. I understand who else they're trying to push. Like other girls are legit. Like don't get me wrong, but like she can go, and she can go. She's a little older, yeah, but she can go, and she's gonna be up there.
Mhm.
Who I would hope Jada Parker, but it's kind
of. I'm right there with you. No, I'm right there with you. That if I could just watch Stephanie Vicure and Jada Parker go every week,
I wouldn't complain at all.
I'm good.
HBK, Booker of the Year, man.
Staten, are you a huge fan? Big fan of both? Huge fan.
I'm a huge fan of a lot of them.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Well, as we wrap up our little wrestling talk there, like I said, just WrestleMania is going to be beautiful. It's going to be immaculate. It's going to be a damn good show, and I'm excited for it. Transitioning a little bit here, we are going to. This is what I've been waiting for. Now I can get into a little bit of a discussion with you guys. I've been wanting to pick y'all's brain about it a little bit more. March Madness. We are officially.
Where I end up like you, where I back up because I don't know shit about March Madness.
Oh shit! No, hey, don't worry. I'm gonna help you out, Steve. I'm gonna share my screen. Yeah, I'm gonna hold your hand a little bit. Hold on,
okay.
I got you. No, but nonetheless, I'm pretty damn excited because, as you guys know, I think the round of 64 starts Thursday. I think it's Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Conference championships, are wrapping up right now. Actually, as late as today. I think Michigan is currently down 2 at halftime to Wisconsin, so that's wrapping up, and then Florida just beat Tennessee in their SEC championship. A lot of legends there. But to give you a rough idea, State, this is kind of like the. I pulled it up last episode, but that was just the AP Top 25. This is kind of more your net rankings, your teams to watch out for. Those first 4 right there are probably all going to be number 1 seeds. As you see the Dukes of the world, you got Auburn, U of H, Florida, all the way down to Kansas.
See 1 fraud and 3 demons. You pick up fraud. Can you pick them out?
Right? Yeah. Can you find the needle in the haystack? Which one's a fraud? But I just first right off the bat, Staten, I know you're a tech guy, big tech guy. You graduated from Texas Tech, and Anthony, I know
Raiders.
I know you're a Volunteers fan, but how do y'all just? I know we haven't even gotten the bracket selected, and by the time our episode comes out tomorrow, everything is already going to be selected for Selection Sunday. But as you get an early idea as to how these teams are shaking out right now, who are you looking out for? Who are you expecting to win, and who are you going for?
Obviously, I want to go for my alma mater, you know what I mean, Texas Tech, you know what I mean, but we're going to get tooted and booted at least by the 3rd round. Second round of that. Who I believe is going to take it all? It's a toss-up. I got Houston and I got Duke because I think Houston defensively are legit, you know what I mean, cover the paint pretty well. As we were talking about last episode, just knocking out shots, that's the biggest thing. Florida ain't nothing to sniff at. You know what I mean? Obviously, you just saw the game.
They can shoot. They're an offensive masterpiece, man.
So that's going to – I would say outside of those 2 teams, Duke and Houston, I'd definitely say Florida is definitely something to look out for. I'm trying to see. That's going to be it, man. The rest of this roster ain't got nothing.
He said ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing stand out.
I mean, Alabama's legit. I seen a couple of Alabama games. Maryland's alright. Michigan State's here. And A&M's always been It's kind of funny because A&M's always been a sneaky kind of team where they come out the woodwork and they always get to like the fourth
Oh,
round,
good.
third, fourth round. But outside that,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
that's all I can provide for y'all. Let me go ahead and back up.
oh my god. All right. As we move on to Anthony now, who you got? Who you going for?
I mean, I know everyone at work hears me talk about Tennessee. I didn't go there, but born and raised in Nashville, so got to root for my Vols when I can. Can't believe they lost to Florida, but they've had that tendency to not show up in big games.
Hey, I will say though, I'm very glad that they beat Auburn yesterday. I was going for
Yeah.
them yesterday.
Yeah, I still wish we had Bruce Pearl as our coach, but that's a whole different discussion. But I think Tennessee can, if they can make it to the Final Four, they've got a chance.
Yeah.
That's the team I've been watching. Rick Barnes is a coach. Ziegler is a short point guard who plays incredible defense. I know they got a transfer wing who's been leading them in scoring. As long as they can just stay with it, they'll be nice. But again, they got beat by Florida, who's the SEC champs. But Duke is going to be a team to watch out for. I think it all
Cooper
depends
Flag.
on Cooper Flag. If Cooper Flag's healthy, watch out. And that's that man can hoop. And he's the number one pick for the NBA. No question. But some other teams, Gonzaga, you can never take them out the mix with Mark Few as a coach. They've been damn near running their conference for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
St. John's with Rick Pitino at coach.
Dude, St. John's, they look good in their conference championship game. I think it was earlier this morning, or was it yesterday?
I think it was
this morning. Yesterday.
This morning?
Yeah, no, I think
they're
it was
a solid
yesterday.
team. Illinois, I don't know, especially where Akron, when you and I went to school, we were in the same conference as SFA when Brad. I was at Lamar when Brad Underwood, the coach of Illinois, was coaching SFA.
That's crazy.
He's a hell of a coach. So I like it. I've kept up with Illinois because of that reason. So, but and also the boys down the road at U of A, Sampson, and that program is nice. So I wouldn't be shocked if they make a run for it. But who I'm rooting for is going to be my Vols. Let me see if they can make history.
Right.
Hold my breath, but it'd be wishful thinking.
Yeah, I mean, Tennessee, I think that they're one of those, I don't want to say middle of the pack because they are a top 10 team. I think that they are with the Texas Techs of the world, Maryland, and Iowa State, that not tier 1 wholeheartedly, but right underneath that, those tier 2 teams they're a bubble team to look out for as far as making the at least the Sweet 16. I think that the Vols got a chance to do that, but
as long as they don't crumble, I think Tennessee should be, I won't say, I think they'll at least be a 4 or 5 seed. So I mean, it'll be an at-large bid easily. But they got to take every game and look at that opponent. They can't look 2 games ahead like they did the last couple seasons. So,
definitely. Yeah. As far as the the one thing I wanted to talk to you about. Do you think Auburn should get the number 1 overall seed? Now, there's going to be obviously there's number 1 seeds in each region of the bracket, but the number 1 overall seed, they lost 3 out of their last 4 games, and I know Bruce Pearl got pissed off at a reporter. I saw it, man. He's a hard nosed coach.
I love him, but
he's gritty. He's a great coach, but I don't know. I felt if not Auburn, maybe Duke or even Houston. I think one of those teams deserves a shot at the number 1 overall seed if they're not.
Houston won the Big 12 today, correct? Did Duke win?
They won.
Did Duke win ACC today?
I think they did. I think that they beat North Carolina, but hold on, I could be wrong.
If Duke won it, I would say Duke should get it because them doing it without Cooper Flag.
Yeah, they sat him because of an ankle. They beat Louisville. I'm sorry, they beat Louisville. Man, Louisville's a good team too.
I think Duke should get it. Auburn will probably get out. Auburn will probably get the 4th number 1 seed. I'd still give Auburn that, but number 1 overall, But I mean, we'll kind of see Selection Sunday, how they rank it, and how they do it. So
yeah, they'll be doing it here in just a few short hours. I think it's around 6 or 7 tonight that they're going to do Selection Sunday. So that'll be exciting. Now that we got all these conference championships wrapping up, give us a couple days to really gear up for the tournament. But hey, listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm native Houstonian. I'm going for U of H, going for the Cougs. I think that the way that they built that program from being in the American Conference to now they're in the Big 12. They were already building and getting better each year with Kelvin Sampson when he first took over, and then now they're just a powerhouse, which is insane to think about. That they haven't even been in the Big 12 3 years, and they've won it both years they've been in it already, and here they are winning it again. So it's insane. So I think that they're going to be a number 1 seed. I'm not going to be upset if they don't get the number 1 overall seed, but I do think that they're going to be a number 1 seed and contend for sure. They're a Final Four team, hands down. They have the talent to do it. They got the defense to do it. They're one of the top 3 defenses in the entire country, and they swarm. But can they beat Duke? Can they beat an Auburn? Can they beat a Florida? Can they beat a St. John's team who gets hot as like between a 5 to 10 seed team, something like that's going to run the table? Because nobody's bracket is ever perfect. Nobody's. So
exactly.
There's going to be some teams in there that are going to shock the world. And speaking of St. John's and Louisville, I think those 2 teams specifically have a chance of making a little bit of noise. I think that they can at least get to the Sweet 16. So we'll see. But Texas A&M, I quickly want to touch on them. They've had some interesting wins. Texas Tech, they beat Houston here in Houston when they played early on in January, and then U of H beat them in Lubbock a couple weeks ago, and it was just both matchups were great. Gonzaga, yeah, you still got to put them up there. Maryland having a great renaissance year, if you will. They're a really good team. Arizona, yeah, here and there, but I mean they'll keep up with you, but they're just, I don't think they have that elite defense. And then Florida, and like I said, what I witnessed today against Tennessee, speaking of, is just I didn't realize how much that team can shoot in the SEC. Like their offensive powers is definitely there. So I think there's lots of storylines to look out for, lots of players. I like Mark Sears from Alabama. He's a good player. I like Cooper Flagg. Janai Broome from Auburn. That dude can play. He's going to be Player of the Year, National Player of the Year. So U of H has got nothing but shooters on their team as well. So it's enticing. It's enticing.
You just gotta, if you're one of these teams, you better hope you don't get a 5 seed.
Woo, you ain't lying.
The top 12 matchup is always doomed. One of those teams will always go down.
God, hey, I'm gonna call it right now. Day 1, we're gonna see an upset of number 1 seed. I won't say U of H. I won't say it'll be Duke. I won't say it'll be Auburn. But there is going to be another number 1 seed in another region that is going to get upset. I'm calling it right now. That's my bold prediction.
That's a very bold prediction. But out of small teams and whatnot, that, of course, keeping up with alma mater, Lamar University.
Yeah.
They lost to McNeese. McNeese, I would not be shocked if they give someone a run for their money.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd be a 12 seed. If they're a 12 seed, oh my gosh. But if whoever they face up against, I would say watch out, because they could be if it's the right matchup, they can take it.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. I'm excited though. This is like playoff baseball in October. What it is for the MLB, March Madness is right up there with that. It's one of my most favorite months of the entire year because of this exact couple weeks here that we're about to get. Anything else you guys want to add before we finish up college basketball? I quickly at least wanted to touch on it because I know Selection Sunday was today, and there's just we're gonna have to do a little bracket challenge or something because nobody's bracket's gonna be perfect. Something I did last year. I don't know if y'all have ever done any like bracket challenges or tried to do it through ESPN, whatever. But something we did last year as a group, we did it by round to make it a little bit easier. So you picked your bracket, but you did it by each round. So you did the round of 64 first, picked all the teams that were going to win. Boom. Then you do the round of 32. Boom. Pick all those teams. Then it goes to Sweet 16, and then so on and so forth. So a lot easier to do it that way. But man,
that's sick. I like that.
Yeah. So it's cool. Nice little payout in the end. I think I won like 2 rounds, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, this is intriguing to say the least.
It's a fun time to see if someone can get a perfect bracket, which will
You
probably
ain't
never
lying.
happen. But
Man, perfect time to see if any of our teams can hang on and not get upset. You know what I mean? You got Tennessee, you got Texas Tech, you got U of H. Man, we got to. No, don't get me wrong. I like Sam Houston too. That's my alma mater, but obviously they're not in the tournament. So
y'all got
go
y'all got a
Cougs.
couple seasons. Y'all got a couple
Yeah,
seasons joining the new
conference. Yeah, they got to build their program. They got to build their on football and basketball. Speaking of, but yeah. Well, nonetheless, like I said, I'm very excited for March Madness. I think this is one of the best times of the year, like I was saying. Without further ado, though, we are going to take a little bit of pause for Riverside. As always, me and State say thank you to Riverside. Well, thank you again.
Riverside.
Just a few. Well, thank you again. Just a few short moments here. Let me stop sharing my screen first. It's about 30 seconds. Big shout out, as always, to Riverside. As me and State were saying, thank you guys. We salute you. We appreciate you. uh, now, here's where we're going to do some real talk. I want to talk about the NFL. We're going to go around the room here, and we all know who our favorite teams are. But let's go ahead and start off with Anthony. He mentioned that he's from Nashville. I think we can kind of guess who his team is. Who is your favorite team? How are you feeling about them after free agency? And as the draft approaches, what is your prediction?
Wait, I'm the fan of the Tennessee Titans. Known as the two-tone blue, and especially living in Houston, my organization is the Lovey Blues. I don't care what anyone in Houston says. If you wanted it so bad, should have paid the Adams a new stadium. But on that, especially wearing the Oilers jerseys, we've gotten beaten by Houston the last few times wearing them, so we're a laughing stock. But as for especially this draft, I've only got one thing to say, which I think we're going. I think we're getting the quarterback. I think we're getting Cam Ward. I think the free agency is kind of shown that. And before, I was like, you know what, trade back. Not really sold on either him or Shadur. Trade back, get Abdul Carter, get some picks. But as the combines came, stories of the interviews have come out, he looks like a franchise quarterback. And a lot of people are saying they haven't felt this confident about drafting a quarterback first since Steve McNair, at least for the organization. But a lot of the
wait, even going back to the Vince Young era, even going back to that draft, like you put it over Vince Young?
I guess personally, yeah, for me.
Okay.
Which
all right.
I like Vince Young. I think, and I don't think it was his fault that he didn't flourish. I think that was more of Jeff Fisher.
Organization and coaching.
That was more the organization and the coaching versus the player. But especially just seeing how Will Levis hasn't done it, but yeah, exactly.
Will Levis, porn star Will over there, dude.
Hey man.
That's not let you get.
That's big Will,
exactly.
baby. Ain't nobody gonna talk about my Will.
But I think especially with free agency, signing a backup quarterback, I think Brandon Allen, who was backup for the Niners, but where we went with the line, signing was it Zietler, who was an All-Pro guard for the Detroit Lions. That's a great pickup,
dude.
Confirming.
I wanted the Texans to get him so bad. We just didn't even make him an offer. God,
and I think
he goes to our division.
And then seeing them saying that they're moving J.C. Latham, the last year's number one pick, to the right side, and then signing Dan Moore from the Steelers, who I'm cool with, especially graduating from Beaumont Westbrook. He graduated with my little sister.
That's cool.
He's a Westbrook Bruin, so I gotta support him. I'm gonna support him 100%. And people were saying, "Oh, he let off like 12 sacks or whatnot," but they didn't look at the stats. He had to face Myles Garrett and Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, you're gonna give up sacks. You're gonna give up some sacks against those guys. So, but a lot of other, especially with a new GM, a lot of the people he signed have been 1-year deals. So more so prove it years, prove it contracts. But I think it's if we draft Cam Ward, I'm cool with it. But I want.
You've been talking about Cam Ward a lot recently. You want him, huh? You want him over Shedeur?
Yeah. I think he'd be a better quarterback over Shedeur. That's just
Shedeur Sanders. That's the hype team, man. That's the hype man. Colorado, man. Let me tell you something. If he didn't have that last name Sanders, we wouldn't be talking about Shedeur the way we. No, because I'm being honest. Because look at this way. It's just people sitting at. I have this conversation at work all the time. People sitting there like talking. Man, Shedeur Sanders, man, he's nice. He's alright. He cool. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm just saying like everybody's looking at the stats. I'm like, you gotta remember he was playing. Either he would play behind, you know what I mean, and you playing catch up, especially last year when you was having to go up against Oregon and all those other teams, Oregon, Washington, and all them other teams, right? And then you all of a sudden you get in a weaker division, or not division, but conference. You go up against Tech and Kansas State and like, U of H, Baylor, like they ain't Oregon. Like, be for real, man. They ain't USC. I hate to talk trash like that, but he's nice, But I definitely think Cam Ward's way better.
Oh, dude, Cam Ward. Man. Cam Ward he's an NFL ready quarterback. Big, sturdy guy. He's got an arm. He can run if he needs to.
His release is
exactly. Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah.
I was watching that and I said, "Oh, snap." And there's some people that say he may have some, trying to force some stuff out of nothing. Hey, I watch Will Levis try to force stuff.
Yeah.
Anything is better than that. Force.
Will Levis did some very.
He's a mean quarterback. I mean, that first game against Chicago, where everybody on the internet after the interception was playing 90s R&B songs.
Yeah.
He was in the 90s R&B. What was it? Don't leave me. Like, his knees. And then him diving behind and then throwing it behind and causing a fumble. So yeah, I've seen enough of that. But I want if the Titans draft Cam Ward, I just want to make sure. I'm going to try to make sure I'm reserved in my expectations. Our team is not built like Washington, where they get Jaden Daniels and they make the playoffs.
And he can plug him in and play, right?
Yeah. Or Houston, where y'all got C.J. Stroud and y'all
plugged him in and played him. Yeah,
it's gonna. I think the new GM knows that, so I'm hoping we get 1 year, him get up to the speed of the game, and then try to build a better competitive team next season. So that's my idea. But yeah, I'm happy with the free agency, and to me, it's Cam Ward or bust.
Yeah.
No Ewers. No Ewers.
Man, if we draft Ewers, y'all gonna see my apartment with a burnt Titans jersey.
What's in the distance?
Yeah. I'll drive to Nashville myself.
Oh my god, dude!
See me trying to open up the front door of the organization.
Yeah. No, listen. I think the Titans. I mean, you know how it is. They're definitely in rebuild mode, if you will.
I know you're loving
it. I am now, but at the same time, I empathize and I relate with you because we were there just 2 years ago, and one draft can change everything. Hence the 2023 draft that we had. We had a hell of a draft. And so,
I was still shocked that y'all drafted C.J. Stroud
and Will Anderson
back to back. And then traded back in.
God,
I was watching that draft. I called my brother and said, bro, they're trading back in. He goes, what are you talking about? And all of a sudden, I hear backstage, the Cardinals have traded their pick to the Houston Texans. I was like, no, this is what we do. So,
oh man, hey, Will Anderson, man, shout out to him. He's a beast. But yeah, no, CJ Stroud, kind of piggybacking off what you said. Like I said, it's not one of those situations where it was with Stroud where you can kind of plug him in and see what you have, but you also have talent already around him. Well, I don't even want to get into we'll get to my O-line situation in a minute, but the Titans definitely quarterback. Yeah, Will Levis wet the bed on every opportunity he has been given.
Yeah.
They had Malik Willis, but I think he's a very solid backup, as you saw with Green Bay. Was
Yeah,
it
we
this year?
traded him, and he beat us.
Yeah, yeah, you traded him.
When went down, and we got beat by. Oh, Titans. Twitter was a frenzy. Off of that.
God. I don't think that he just didn't get an opportunity. Was he drafted by the Titans? Did you guys draft
Yeah,
Malik Willis?
we drafted him.
Y'all did.
Malik
We
Willis,
drafted him the year before Levis.
In like the third round, right? He fell to the third round.
Yeah, but what happened was we had Vrabel, and I can't wait for New England to find this out. He's a smash mouth type of coach. You're gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
And
shit out that ball.
Yeah. If we're winning 10-0, we're gonna try to win 13-0. We're gonna run the clock out. And so, of course, when you have Derrick Henry, by all means. But Derrick Henry got hurt that year, and then Tannehill got hurt. No. Yeah. Tannehill got hurt. And so they were like, okay, we're going to start Will Levis. And Vrabel said, yeah, we're going to start Will Levis. We're going to hand the ball off to Henry 45 times. And that's why I think me and my brother went to that game. He ran for 220 yards. And Malik Willis had 4 attempts. And it's like, you got to at least give him a chance. But
yeah, he just didn't have – they gave Will Levis way too much of an opportunity and did not give Malik Willis enough of an opportunity, is what I would say.
Yeah.
But you know how it goes. It'll come together. It's just about drafting right. And right now, y'all have the best offensive line in the division because our O-line blown up now. The Colts O-line lost 2 very key guards, I think, to different teams. And
anytime
then
I talk about the Colts, I'll laugh. Best friends are twins. They're from Indiana. And at least our teams, and I don't know about Jacksonville, could admit when we're in a rebuild.
Yeah.
Their owner and GM are like, oh no, we're just going to run it back for the 7th time. Quarterback carousel. And just, we see no problems.
Yeah. Just kind of skate by through the season.
Exactly. Roster issues, personality issues in the locker room. They're like, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Hey, they got that man, Danny Dimes, now. So this is Daniel Jones.
Yeah, the mid-off
he always looks so confused, poor guy. But the point is like, yeah, y'all right now have the best offensive line. The Jags, we won't even talk about that team.
Yeah.
But the Colts, Texans will probably we get to win. We get to win the division another year. It'll happen. But I just think it's about drafting the right players. Real quick before we get to Staten here next, how are you feeling about not just having the number 1 overall pick? I know you talked about that a lot. You want Cam Ward. Hopefully you get him.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. We've seen this consensus style number 1 pick thing go the last few years, and we saw how it went with Bryce Young. Thank God we didn't get the number 1 pick that year, man, because I wanted Bryce Young. Not saying he's a bust yet, but
he's doing better.
He showed a lot more improvement towards the second half of this past season.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely,
exactly,
a lot more improvement. But point being, you know how there's always a stigma. So if you go into the draft and people are saying, "Hey, Travis Hunter, Shadur Sanders, or both of those guys," teams tend to fall into that and they think that they have to draft this person, and so they miss out on like a Cam Ward, or they don't draft C.J. Stroud to see what Carolina did. You know what I mean? After the quarterback situation, how do you think that they're going to approach it real quick here, rest of the draft? What are your biggest needs? Just trying to get a couple more weapons, offense and defense?
So what this new GM, I think it's Borgonzi, coming from Kansas City. I think his big idea is building through the draft. So the trade we did with the Cowboys to get, I think we gave them Kenneth Murray and a 7th round pick to get a 6th round pick, which I think was 54 spots up. So I think what he's going to try to do, either trade something to get into the 3rd round, because we have, I think, a 2nd and a 4th and a couple 4th. So is to get back in it. He's going to build through the draft. I think another spot would be wide receiver. I mean, we have Calvin Ridley. That's it. I've got to throw away my Treylon Burks jersey, but that's another issue. So at some point, you need to do that. But I think right now it's just trying to get pieces. I mean, just draft some players and see if they can go. I mean,
See
And
what you have.
see what I have. Yeah, see what we have. And I think, especially like you said, that number one pick stigma, I think it also is just not being so hard on. I get it. It's the number one pick, but you still have to translate to the game. You still got to learn.
Yeah.
So, like some people, Jaden Daniels was a rookie of the year. Caleb Williams did not have a bad season at all. Their stats were similar. It's just the record showed. And they had a shitty head coach who didn't know how to manage him.
Matt Eberflus, what a guy he was.
Yeah, who ran off what a minute and 40 seconds, not calling timeout.
Yeah.
That's a different combo, but just tempering the expectations, and especially all the teams that I follow, especially now being at this age, got to learn how to grow with it. Learn how to, okay, hey, we may not win this year. Let's see how these players develop. I mean, we drafted, thank gosh, Ran Carthon. Sorry he got fired, but Jarvis Brownlee Jr., who was a 5th round pick, cornerback. We just released one of the Chiba Aziwe. We just let him go because now we're moving him up to the 3rd spot, cornerback, and that's a 5th round gem we found. So sometimes you just gotta let him play. So
let him develop. Give him some time, as we've all seen.
Exactly.
Hell, it even took Josh Allen a year or two and look where he's at. He's the NFL MVP now. So
exactly.
That's another combo. That's all another combo.
It was voter fatigue. I'm with you, Satan. It was voter fatigue. That's the reason he got voter fatigue.
Up the max.
It was voter fatigue. It was voter fatigue. 100%.
Yeah, we won't get it. All right, moving on. State. Let's go ahead and get to it. OG, how you feeling about? Let's get your weekly update. How you feeling about the Cowboys compared to before free agency? Where are you at right now?
So excited, so happy. Resigns,
Who did y'all make any moves?
Her cricket's right there.
Oh man, Jerry the dementia has set in. Dementia has finally set in. The mind.
While you're talking, I'm just gonna see if I can find what y'all have done. Go ahead.
What was it, Turpin? We resigned Turpin, and we signed someone else.
I think so.
We got Cam Murray. Who else we got? About it.
I do like Turpin. I do like that.
Turpin's cool.
This is a good move. You did get Miles Sanders. That's a good move.
Miles Sanders is cool, but dude, you gotta look at it this way, man. You know how many people are on the block right now that we can go get? I wanted Cooper Kupp, so we wouldn't have to go out and trade for or draft a receiver or something like that. We'll go out there and just get O-line because Zach Martin just retired.
Ooh.
And I think our biggest issue is we've had bad O-line, especially guard play, because that O-line has been the same since Zeke's rookie year. And what is that, 20... Shit, it's been a minute.
2015?
18, 17, 2015? Yeah, it's been a minute. So it's kind of like there's so many people on. I understand what the game plan is for Jerry. He's trying to save as much money as he can in order to re-sign, because he knows that he has to re-sign CeeDee Lamb. Plus, you got Michael Parsons' contract coming up, so you're preparing for them too. But look, at the end of the day, you can get them dudes for cheap. Especially Cooper Kupp, man, all them injuries. I know they still got Tyler Lockett out there.
I can't believe he went to the Seahawks. I mean, I understand it. You got to go where the money is, but
he's from there too. He's
from Seattle.
Is he from Seattle? He's from Washington.
He's from Washington. So he's going home.
Okay, see, that makes sense. Right? Y'all lost Rico Dowdle. Another loss. Rico Dowdle.
Dude, we lost some players, man. The thing is, like, it's kind of like we always try to win through the draft or try to just pick up any random thing. Like, Jerry's not willing to take a risk because he's always very adamant with sticking the guys he wants because he knows he has to pay them in the end. But you got to be able to negotiate better and be able to say, look, man, if you want, you can pay all the guys money you want, but hey, man, you got to be willing to take X amount of dollars because I'm trying to bring somebody in. We're trying to win Super Bowl. He's trying to do stuff. He's all about publicity. Why did we sit down and talk about Deion Sanders leaving Colorado after his second year to go coach for the Cowboys? That dude's about publicity, man. He's about trying to make the Cowboys seem cool in the media. He ain't worried about trying to win because if he was, he would have made the moves. But this offseason for us, being America's team, I give it an F. We suck. No moves being made. I'm glad they're not. I don't know what they're going to do with Dak because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to just give away Dak unless it's like, you know, I give away Dak. But to me, going into the draft, I think we just need to focus either. I just want to run back or something. Like, I'll take anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
Hey, Ashton Jeanty?
He would be.
Ashton Jeanty?
I don't like
Yeah.
Ashton GT. I don't think he's going to fall to us. But if he does, man, that really just
Man.
turn our tides around.
What
Not-
pick, what pick does Dallas have?
12th pick. Yeah,
He could.
He could. Because
He could.
it's definitely quarterback heavy, you know. So he could. If he falls to us, if we could take him now, I wouldn't be surprised they go ahead and go get Matthew Golden from Texas because he's nice too. But
Yeah.
we don't need a receiver.
The thing with Dallas, though, and I mean, of course, everyone sees it. It's y'all's division. It's like Jerry's sitting on his hands, and Philly has just won the title, and Washington just made the conference championship off the 6th seed, shocking Detroit, which nobody saw, with a rookie quarterback. And
Yeah.
it looks like that's where so they have something to build on. They just got a couple pieces. I mean, they got Becton, which I mean, I think y'all won that draft. Y'all won that trade with Houston, but it's like he's sitting on his hands. And the way I view Dallas is how I view my soccer team that I'm watching right now, about to win. They live on the allure. Jerry lives on the allure of the 90s. He lives on the glory times.
Yeah.
Kind of like how my soccer team, they want to live how we used to be.
Yeah.
And the way he just makes it a spectacle when it's like, where all the fans are like, damn, man, do something.
Yeah.
Poke with a stick. I shouldn't have to wait for you to croak to see some moves happen.
He just needs to make moves. Like you said, man, you hit it right on the nail where you're complacent. You don't want to make no moves. And you thinking, oh, yeah, just because the Cowboys, we can make all this stuff happen. You know what I mean? I want to keep around my franchise receiver for X amount of years. I want to do this. I want to do that. But it's like, you got to make some stuff shake because, look, you look at the Commanders, they got to a conference championship. You look at
with a rookie quarterback, with
a rookie quarterback, exactly. And Jane Daniels. You look at the Eagles. They went out and signed Saquon. We could have ain't got Saquon. They went out, pulled the trigger, now they're Super Bowl champions.
Y'all could have had Derrick Henry. He kind of
Henry.
wanted to come to Dallas.
Cheaper of what Baltimore was going to give him. And the fact we never brought him in, it just shows.
You never even called him.
He has a home in Dallas. He works out in Dallas. So Titans fans, we were all like, okay, he's going to go to the Cowboys. Hopefully that transcends that team and we'll get them competing. The only thing I've got to say, at least y'all are not the Giants.
Oh, no, we're never going to be the Giants, but shit, we damn near close to it.
Y'all are close, but
you're treading water right now with the Giants.
Y'all don't have a GM that's like, hey, best running back in the league. We're going to see what your value is in the market. And now, I was listening to another podcast. He was like, if I was Saquon, I would take the Lombardi Trophy, sit in the parking lot of MetLife, drinking champagne, just saying hey to my old fans.
Yeah.
It's no love lost with them, but I'm shocked that GM still has a job. But enough about other teams. But
you said
we're
the
like
dementia starting to set it. I'm sorry.
Man, we don't do shit. We never make no moves. We just go right out to the sunset, man. In the draft,
listen. All I'm gonna say is we'll talk about NBA in a second, but I know that Luka Doncic is the reason you're surviving right now because the Cowboys ain't done nothing for them.
Luka's the only thing that's keeping my sanity in check, man. Because I don't know what to do.
I'll say this: a lot more respect is given to the diehard fans of teams that have been going through
the tough times. Yep,
tough.
I'll tell you the story. So I'm being from Nashville. My dad's best friend's from Memphis. Diehard Cowboys fan. So you don't know this. I'm a triplet. So I remember my dad would take us over to his house, to his friend's house, go into his little man cave in the basement, and he had a Dallas Cowboys locker. I'm probably 7, and I'm like, Dad, we're in Tennessee. Why is this Dallas Cowboys locker down here? He straight up went to my dad and said, hey, I'm gonna tell you once. I'm gonna tell your boys start talking about my Dallas Cowboys. Y'all gotta leave the house. And he was like, my dad was like, "Hey, shut up." He said, "That's my team. Don't say a word about it." So yeah, y'all stick with it for sure.
Like I said, I don't jump no ship. I ride it out till the wheels can't ride no more. But we just
Exactly.
be
Hey,
hard.
whenever
You just gonna look away, man.
I'll clear a seat for you on the Houston fan base bench.
I'm good off of that.
Come
I'm
on.
straight.
Hey,
I'm straight.
yeah. Hey, wave it on. I've had people tell me
Keep-
too. Oh, we
keep
got to
going.
see for the Texans. Ah, man, get. I always tell them. Y'all talk to me when y'all make an AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
That's when I'll give y'all respect when that happens.
Yeah. You
It
ain't
could have.
lying.
Their old line actually took the game seriously. The game against the Chiefs. I thought y'all was gonna win too. I was hyping y'all up. We were in a podcast. We sitting there like, oh yeah, y'all should be able. Y'all the hardest team they're gonna face. Hell no.
Yeah.
Akron, if the Texans would have won, I had full faith that the Titans could beat the Texans to go to the Super Bowl. Because we got beat and we were up too, but we were at least up in KC, and we were just we weren't supposed to make it to that point. So, but trust me, that whole playoffs was bad for both of us.
E for effort, man.
Yeah.
E for effort.
Yes, that's all I can say.
Well, I guess is it my turn to talk about my team that has no O line? I'll go right ahead. Where are we at?
Use
Yeah,
the rest
pick
of
25. Yeah, there we go. Well, Anthony's taking a step away. As you know, Staten, we are in the midst of free agency, and we're talking about non-moves and moves and all that good stuff. But the Texans have completely blown up their own line. Shocking news last week out of Houston. The Texans traded Laramie Tunsil, Pro Bowl left tackle Laramie Tunsil, to the Washington Commanders for some picks. We got some stuff. We got draft cap. A change definitely needed to be made, but I think that there was a little bit of. I don't want to say that he wasn't a leader himself, but I think there was just lack of leadership personnel on the entire O line, and so they had to make some moves. We got rid of Kenyon Green, sent him off in a shocking trade, by the way. We'll get to the Gardner Johnson trade in a minute. That was our big splashy move, getting Pro Bowl safety from the Eagles, who just won the Super Bowl. Now he's on our.
I was trying to get some money, man. He's trying to get paid, baby.
Shoot, already on our Super Bowl caliber defense that we already had. Now you add C.J. Gardner Johnson. You got Jalen Petrie. You got Kalen Bullock, who was a standout rookie for us last year. Our defense is there. Our secondary is there. But in doing that, we have completely blown up the O-line. You see what I'm saying? So Kenyon Green, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he just wasn't moving the needle for me. There was times he was just standing there. He had to go. Laramie Tunsil, listen, when he was on, he was on. What's that?
All starts in the holding call.
My God,
dude, yeah, like no. But we've done something that we should have done 8 years ago, and it's blown up the O line. We finally have blown it up, going to the bottom of the barrel with it, and restarted it, which is good. And we need to do that while CJ is young and thriving and needs an O line. The time is now to do it.
It's year 3, man. We're going to year 3, man. We ain't there yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all still won that trade, even though getting rid of Tunsil. I still think the picks y'all got for that. I mean,
do it now while he still has value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opposed to waiting another year to 2 years when he's older and doesn't get you back those picks. And so I think that,
or just not trading him at all, and then just letting him hit free agency like the Titans have done with some players.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, hey, you need a left tackle. We could have traded him to the Cowboys.
Nah, we're good. We got Skoronski. He's young. I don't.
Or the Titans, yeah.
I'm fine.
No, y'all got a damn good O-line, like I said. But I think the good news is we are redoing the O-line. I think Titus Howard's going to go over to. What's that?
Yeah, it didn't start that way. If you remember, a couple seasons ago, we drafted Isaiah Wilson with our first pick a couple years ago, and he lasted a year. Yeah, Yeah, I'm okay with this line after seeing players like that. But you
Yeah.
continue with Texas.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, now, we were talking about it last week at work, you and I were, Anthony. I at least wanted us to just call about DK. I think that we checked in on it. We just didn't want to give up as much, and we really didn't need another receiver so much as we needed to do the O line. It doesn't matter who's that receiver. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have time. If he doesn't have time, like I said, it just doesn't matter who's there. And so, but that was my wishful thinking. I wished we would have at least had a chance at DK. Devontae Adams, we got Nico Collins. He's younger.
Tyler
He's a
Lockett.
top 5 wide receiver. What's that?
Y'all gonna get Tyler Lockett?
Nah, chill. We already got Christian Kirk, and we don't need Tyler Lockett. Yeah, we
You try to go Devontae Adams, you're gonna try to tug at the GM. Hey, y'all need my boy A-Rod.
Yeah. Which he's a free agent, by the way. It'll be interesting to see if he goes to the Giants. But you said, hey, yeah, there you go. Hey, real quick. Not that we're talking about the Cowboys anymore, but I do want to ask, Staten, I know you saw it. That video of that bachelorette party heckling Dak last week. He walked by a group of ladies, and they were all yelling Eagles chants at him, and it looked like he was at a casino. Come on, Staten.
All Dak can do is just smile. That's all I can do. That's all I would do. All I can do is just smile.
Better than me. I mean, not anything bad, but I don't know if Dak's single or not. Shoot, if I'm single, shoot. Hey, y'all want some drink? Come on. I'm NFL. Y'all can say what y'all want. I'm still NFL. Y'all still gonna talk to me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was funny. He was at a casino. Say, you saw the video, didn't you?
I saw a clip of it the other day on
He was just walking through somewhere, and he heard it. He fucking heard it.
Oh, yeah.
But a group of women at a bachelorette party were just yelling the Eagles chant at him. It was
that's gold.
Hey, and also, I know I'm back and forth here, but the thing with DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons right now, woo.
Both sides speak truth.
Yeah, you ain't lying, to be honest with you.
Marcus Lawrence was no damn leader. And Micah Parsons needs to get off them damn podcasts and be worried about trying to get the quarterback. That's what we need to be worried about. Podcast.
Yeah. But anywho, O-line, without a doubt, biggest need. Wide receiver, I actually am glad we have Nico Collins. We just traded for Christian Kirk. I think that's an underrated move. And they restructured his contract, which is beautiful. So you got the Tank Dell replacement for a year while he's out. You got Nico Collins. Go draft this other guy from Ohio State or draft Golden from UT. Man, I'm telling you right now, if two of those guys fall to us, one of those two guys, we're okay. Focus everything else on you. What's that?
I'm going to get Isaiah Bond.
Nah, chill. If we get in, I'm going to do what Anthony did. I'm going to burn my Texans jersey, dude. Yeah. No, we ain't drafting it. No, what's his name? Egbuka from Ohio State. He's a big receiver. I would love to get him, pair him with Nico, or get Golden from UT. Those are my two. That is my wish list, if you will, for the first round. But other than that, focus on the line. Focus the entire draft on the line. Not the entire draft, but get those value picks in the second, third round. Get some good linemen, hopefully, and just build that depth. Because we signed a couple guys to 1-year deals. We're moving Titus Howard over to left tackle, which I actually like him better at left tackle than I did Tunsil. I like that move. You have him, you can plug and play, and then everybody else at the guard spot and center, free game. Let them fight for it. Let them prove themselves in preseason and training camp, and let's see what we got. You know what I mean? But yeah. Last year, as we know, it was here and there. It was here and there. But among other things, now that we've talked about our teams, I am extremely excited for the draft. I think it's going to be entertaining. While we're finishing up NFL here, let me go back to the top 3 picks here. So you got Tennessee at the top. Ooh, that dumpster fire team.
What did it say? Biggest needs for Titans? Scroll up.
QB, wide receiver.
I thought it said everything for a second. I was like, I saw edge. I thought everything. I was like, I got a point.
Yeah. But then rounding out the top 5, you got the Giants, Pats, and Jaguars. Interesting. Very. Trevor Lawrence, he's in that Anthony Richardson combo. It's a prove-it year for that man. If he don't stay healthy or do anything, I mean,
I will still give Lawrence a bit better than what you call it.
Yeah, because he has no weapons.
Anthony Richardson is.
That's a
Anthony
different
Richardson,
one.
man.
That's a.
He's nice, man.
Yeah.
I think he goes play for Saints somehow, some way. Hopefully, turn that team around. I like Anthony Richardson, man. I liked him at Florida. So.
He's good. He just, I don't know.
He's just
like
got a cannon.
he was saying.
He's just got a cannon. To me, that's all he's got.
Yeah.
He got arms. That's it.
Hey, he's kind of like that Jalen Milroe. What'd you say when he was at Alabama, Staten? What was Jalen Milroe?
He was a running back with a green light.
He was Derrick Henry with an arm. You said he was Derrick Henry with an arm.
Yeah, Derrick Henry with an arm. Yeah, he was just Derrick Henry with an arm, dude. I was almost sold, but this last season, man, it was embarrassing. I saw some of the clips of him at the combine. I said, dude, you can't throw worth shit, man. You missing all kinds. I mean, like straight quarter pounders he was throwing, dog.
We got some. My sister-in-law's a Bama fan, and that was some fun we got to rub in her face with, Alabama going downhill, and I know we got. Me and Akron know somebody that's diehard Alabama. Oh, she was like, I'm so happy the season's over. We can get rid of Milroe and just have another. Like, yeah, y'all been going through it. Y'all been going through it. So,
yeah,
Hey, maybe terrible.
I like Jalen Milroe as a player. I think he's, he's just got a. He could be a Cam Ward if he would just have more of a pocket presence. I think because he likes to run. He likes to, yeah, right. Because he likes to run a lot. He likes to run a lot. But nonetheless,
one thing I see with Milroe is a wildcat formation in the NFL.
Hell of a wildcat.
Remember when he tried to do that? They tried to run that bullshit against Michigan 2 years ago, and look how that happened. Look how that worked out. So.
Milroe gets 5th, 6th round pick.
Yeah, no, without a doubt, man. Well, before we get to one more juicy piece of our episode here, how anything else y'all want to add? Did you get all your venting out about the Titans? Are the Cowboys off of your mind, Staten?
They've been gone from my mind for a couple months now.
All I got to say to that GM, the new GM, the whole fan base is watching you. Cam Ward or bust. If you don't choose Cam Ward, they're going to run you out. They're going to run you out.
I'm sorry. I had to throw a little laughing sound in there, dude.
No, you're good. Yeah. If he doesn't choose Cam Ward, he's going to get run out of Nashville quicker than he got in.
Black SUV shown to his house.
What'd you say? Staten, my bad.
The black SUV shown to his house. He just had a whole mob. Memphis folks just coming at his door. Nashville folks.
Memphis.
Oh my God.
Fitz Memphis. You got Memphis come up?
Man, no, that's crazy. Here's something else that has been on my mind lately. Let's go ahead and talk about the NBA. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen for you guys one more time. So I am rejoicing, Staten. It's been a week. Remember how I told you last week? Talk to me in a week, because last week the Rockets were the 5th seed.
You don't know how y'all got in the 5th seed? You don't know how we got in the 5th seed? LeBron's out right now. So go ahead and enjoy your little spot or whatever, because y'all ain't finna do shit with that 2nd seed. Y'all ain't finna do a damn thing with that 2nd seed.
Man, I just
take a screenshot. Have your fun, man.
Yeah. Oh,
our schedule is hard as shit. We gotta go get some nuggets.
All that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, talk your shit, man. You're gonna be laughing when you get clapped first round. Yeah, you really gonna be laughing then.
Listen. We were the 3 seed Friday and yesterday. But in shocking fashion, Denver lost on a last-second shot to Jordan Poole, of all people. against the Wizards yesterday and have surrendered the second seed to us. So, yeah. But the Lakers, yeah, obviously they're missing Braun. Listen, all jokes aside, you guys are missing Braun right now. He's got that groin injury. But that mystical team over there in the 6th spot, I know y'all see it. I know we all see it. They're looking right at us. Golden State. I do not want to be the 3 seed.
Akron, I would want to be the 2 seed right now. If this happens and this stays, y'all think y'all gonna win 4 over Minnesota and Anthony?
Hell no.
Actually, no.
Hell no.
against Anthony Edwards.
Here's the thing.
Again, I'm speaking from an outsider because if you look at the top right under that banner, my favorite team is there, and I need them to lose a bit more to get in the lottery spot.
Oh yeah, you're in that weird. Hey, they almost beat us yesterday, by the way.
Yeah,
Bulls look good against us. They were on a 4-game win streak. You're like, come on, be real, dude. Like,
you know how I said my teams have been in the gutter?
Yeah.
This has been the most annoying one. Either be bad or be good. Don't be in the middle.
Yeah, you know,
5-6 seasons.
I'm gonna tell it to you like this. I think there are a couple podcasters that are they're big on Rockets coverage, and but they said something the other day. I was watching them because they always do live streams while they watch Rockets games, and check them out. They're at Brado NBA, I think is one of their Twitter handles. Great guys. But one of them said something the other day, and it resonated with me. A lot of these teams need to quit screwing around and just embrace the tank. There's no value in being a 10th or 12th seed when you can be just tank, be the worst team in your conference, because you're going to get a way better pick that way. If you are a 10th seed and you don't want to, a lot of these GMs are fooling themselves, like the Suns, the Bulls, the Blazers to an extent, if you will, but the Suns especially.
Oh,
like
easy.
they want to hold on to a Devin Booker, and there's been a report that they're not going to look to trade him this summer. They are going to trade KD, but they're not going to look to trade Booker. Why? He's 27. We have all your capital. Go ahead and keep him, because you know what? The picks that you are about to give the Rockets, we have a chance at getting another top 3 pick with the way the Suns season is gone. That would be fucking hilarious, finishing a top 2 seed, and then you're going to give us another top 3 pick. Okay, go ahead. Go right ahead and keep Devin Booker, because that's so smart.
And that's the thing. It's like,
but it's to your point of not embracing the tank. Either be bad, but being an 11th seed, a 10th or 11th seed compared to a 15th seed is so different. It's so different.
The way this with the Bull again, y'all get to enjoy being in the playoff picture. Props to y'all too. But the GM of the Chicago Bulls, I don't know what he's been smoking. He tried the Vucevic, Levine, DeMar DeRozan project. It didn't work for 2 seasons. And he said, you know what? Cool, let's try to run it again. It's not going to work. Blow it up when you can. I'm shocked we traded Zach LaVine, but we didn't get enough for it. We didn't even trade DeMar DeRozan. We just let him leave in free agency, and he signed with Sacramento. If I'm DeRozan, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that Sacramento went and got him. But and then with Vucevic, I'm like, okay, deal him off. We have a lot of youth. I mean, you've got Kobe White as your leading scorer, which I like Kobe White.
Bless you.
It is what it is. But doing that and then re-signing Patrick Williams to a 5-year, $95 million deal. Patrick Williams ain't even.
Hey, y'all got Staten's favorite player. Y'all got THT, man. Come on now.
I think he already got waived, or he's playing in the Windy City G League affiliate. But it's just like, hey, they get in the bag. You know, they're making their paper. That's cool. But it's just like, I mean, I don't blame Patrick Williams for being like, you gonna pay me $95? What? Cool, I'll sign. But it's like, what are you trying to do? Like, are you just trying to? Is it putting more money in your pocket to be like, hey, we're at least fighting for a playoff spot? This team's nowhere near good, and the East is not as. Other than Cleveland, Boston.
You know what's crazy is the East. The East is so opposite of the West. It's so top heavy, and then you just start getting down the standings, and you go from really good to just
You got Philly, who keeps getting investigated because almost 96% of their salary is on the bench. Because it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would just like
Pandemic P. Pandemic P.
Yeah.
Pandemic P. I'm just gonna throw that out
Yeah.
for the
It's
six.
just like you have this draft where Cooper Flagg, who is going to be a star, is up available, and you don't just try to be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bulls are just living in the Jordan era. Oh, we had the best player of all time. Okay, that was 30 years ago, almost 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's try something new.
Yeah.
But
As you already seen the standings, though.
Keep on with y'all's playoff picture.
So that's my soapbox.
Let me. The teams are in the playoffs. Yeah, go for it.
Man, listen. While we have the East and you were talking about the Bulls, yeah, they just need to. Yeah, they need to commit one side or the other. Are you going to make some trades and retool the roster, or are you going to tank? There's no in between. Now you look at the top of the East there, though. That team in the land right now, 16 straight wins, just playing beautiful basketball. Although the Rockets swept them this year, so all that hate we get about being the 2 seed, we did sweep the best team in the NBA this year. Did the Lakers do that?
They're in the East.
Did the Lakers do that?
They're in the East.
You gotta get to the finals.
All this shit. They're in the East. East is soft. I swear to God, the Clippers can smack them easy.
We also went into Boston and beat the Celtics this year.
Wait, Clippers can smack who?
Cleveland.
What's that?
Cleveland gets smacked by the Clippers. You know this. Cleveland gets Cleveland would get smacked by the Clippers, man.
You're smoking. That Cleveland team is nice. That
Cleveland's
about from the 4th seed down.
He's off that Zaza, bro.
Cleveland's on a different level.
Man. Look, I'm gonna keep it $150 with y'all. Cleveland, alright. You know what I mean? They're alright. I think
Luka's got him in a trance right now, Anthony.
Luka ain't got shit in no trance because I think look, here's how the Lakers are going, right?
He's lost 11 games this season.
Who?
Cleveland, 11 this entire season. If they go on this, if they keep on, they can go 71-11.
I mean, they're actually. What's crazy is they're only 1 game better. Look at Oklahoma City.
Exactly.
Listen,
I know.
Real talk.
How many games left? 13, 14 games left. But
Hard-ass teams, man.
He's looking at the West. He said, "There's some sorry."
No, that's hard teams. Look at that team. Oklahoma City, right? And then you got Houston. They alright. They fraudulent. They alright. Denver, Memphis. You know. Then you got the champs, and then you got Golden State. They cool. You know what I mean? Outside of that,
I know you don't want the Lakers to play that team. Don't lie. Golden State.
Get Golden State.
That
You can get Golden State.
That dude that number 30 doing dark magic over there. I'm telling you.
Dark magic. That shit gonna get shut down by AR-15, baby. You already know what time it's gonna be. AR-15 gonna put him on.
Hey, Austin Reeves been hooping. Even though the Lakers have been losing, he's been hooping his ass off. Shit.
He's just our
Here's
modern.
the thing, though.
What's up?
But locking down Curry.
Oh yeah, he locking out. He putting clamps on Curry. We live in his back pocket.
Hey,
he guards Curry from the bed. Right off, wake up.
Can I tell you something funny that happened over the weekend? Jamal Murray, once he saw that purple and gold again, I know you've seen that game winner he hit on the Lakers a couple nights ago. Every time.
That's a given. But guess what? They ain't finna do shit because Clippers finna clap on them. Or not Clippers. Who they playing? Soccer. Are they playing? Yeah,
no, they would be playing the Golden State. They'd be playing Golden State.
They play Golden State first? Yeah, Golden State get him first. Yeah, Golden State gonna knock him out first. They ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. Murray finna go out there. He's gonna drop 17 points and gonna drop like 21 points and he's gonna get his ankle hurt. He's not gonna play the rest of the series. All that good shit. I know how the game's played. Lakers gonna sneak into Western Conference Finals. We're gonna face against OKC. And Shea's gonna get hurt game 2.
No,
real talk. The rest of them.
Real talk, can you beat on Oklahoma City? Can this Lakers team beat the best team in the West?
Hell no.
Head to head. Straight up.
Head to head? Nah, that team's nice. I would say they could.
Oklahoma City's nice, dude.
It'd be close. They're nice because I like Lou Dort. I I like Shea. Obviously, they got a team,
Jalen
dude.
Williams is
Jalen
good,
Williams is
really
nice.
good. Man.
Who's their center? Hardenstein.
Hartenstein.
Yeah, he's nice. He's legit. It's just we don't have no
Chet,
center.
when he's in there, he's good.
Chet's cool.
He got to healthy. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
We just have bodies. I think what's hurt us right now is was Rui still out right now? Because I know he's been out for a minute. They got LeBron out right now.
And
Like,
here's the
what's
thing
up?
about the Lakers. They thought they were getting Mark Williams, which is crazy that trade was vetoed because of his physical, but
That was a blessing in disguise for y'all. I'm sorry. Like,
Ow.
they did get to keep Dalton Connect. That is
He's
dude.
cool.
You Connect is nice, dude.
No, he's nice. But the thing is, like, Mark Williams to me was a young athletic dude. He can run and gun a little bit. Like what we're trying to do with Jackson
He
Hayes.
Jackson Hayes. Who do you have? Who starts right now at center? Is it Hayes?
We ain't got no damn center.
yeah,
Damn.
but Williams can't pass a physical. That's to me is a blessing in disguise.
Hey,
Like, what's that bad where he doesn't pass the physical to be traded?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's.
I mean,
Brittle bones.
You're like I don't care if he's hurt or not. Just I could have used him.
I could take
Shoot.
anybody at this point.
Shoot, what he got traded like that? He showed up to LA like that man from SpongeBob with a cast on a full body.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I got glass bones. I wake up.
Yeah, I break both my ankles. I break both my arms.
But
And Lucas,
I mean, coming from especially a Tennessee fan, watching Connect at Tennessee, baller. But
dude,
yeah,
he was phenomenal at Tennessee.
y'all needed a big man. But
Oh,
man, that Williams, I was like, who do they know what they're giving up? I mean, yeah, Connect's coming off the bench, more of a microwave off the bench, who can score. But
They didn't want to give them pieces, man. I wanted to get Vucevic at least because I already knew y'all after y'all got rid of Zach
thank
LaVine. I was
you.
like, I would got Vuce for
That's what I wanted.
something.
It was like, send him to LA. He went to college at USC. He's back over there in LA. Just give us some picks. The picks
Yeah.
may not be good, but give us some capitals, or we can trade up. So
Could have done that, but I don't know what the game plan was. I'm cool. We got Luka. He's a hooper, but without a legit big, and I'm not saying just a guy like a body to throw in front of a Giannis, not Giannis, Luka Doncic, right? Not Luka Doncic. What am I doing? Jokic, Jesus. So a body to throw in front of Jokic. Just something out there, a rebounder, a rim protector, something, because this run and gun thing, it works. I like Connect. I like AR. I like the guys we got. Rui, he's
Y'all very perimeter oriented right now, is what it
Yeah,
seems
but
like.
we gotta be able to protect the paint with a big man. We can protect it with
Yeah.
everybody else, but
You wouldn't listen. Shinwood would still put up numbers just because they don't have no big man. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Because-
you got Jokic, you got Şengün, you got Chet and Hartenstein, and then Grizzlies got Edie and Jaren Jackson, who's turned into a phenomenal player this season. By the
If
way,
y'all
just try to live off
if
the
y'all
squad.
face Jokic, that's gonna be trouble.
yeah, it's gonna be a problem. I already know, especially when you got.
Houston, yeah, I know. Accurate. I know y'all are second seed, but y'all
Hey,
have been through
we're
the
going to
playoffs.
the West Finals, baby. I'm telling you, we're gonna
Bullshit.
go to the Western Conference.
Bullshit.
Y'all haven't been to the finals yet. A lot of those guys will be their first time in.
I know. You know what this is for Houston this year? It's see what we have, because something's coming this summer. I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know that I entirely want Kevin Durant, but we do own the Suns' picks. There is going to be something that happens this summer. I'm telling you right
I
now.
would skip on Kevin Durant and just say, let's go get Devin Booker. You got him at 27 years old, right? And then let Kevin Durant go out there and ball out with the win now teams, right? The Dallases of the world. He got a union with Kyrie. Shit, if he wants to head out to LA, he could go do that. You know what I mean? You don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
You're like, yeah, go ahead and come on to LA. I could use Kevin Durant and Giannis. We're going to trade for both of them.
If y'all do that, I may not watch NBA. I'm tired of the super team.
Yeah.
Doncic, Durant, and Giannis.
You know what? That'd be kind of
Might as well
funny.
super
Durant-
sim the season. Like play two.
Staten would love that. It'd be the old crew, but he would love it.
Shit, I already know. KD probably gonna go play for Cleveland next year. Him and Book, or not him and Book, him and
Mitchell.
Donovan
Mitchell,
that would be
Mitchell.
a nasty squad if they got Kevin Durant. God.
That would be a nasty squad.
The thing is, they don't even need him. They really
They don't. I'm just trying to see where he would fit in, where he can he ain't sitting there getting lost in sauce. 'Cause I think once they got Bradley Beal, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
CJ or Chris Paul left. Get Bradley Beal, it was kind of like everybody get lost in sauce. Beal barely plays. Devin Booker, he's trying to do his thing. Kevin Durant's not a leader. So
Yeah. That Bradley Beal
Yeah.
trade was off to me. I was like, y'all got 2 shooting guards now.
Yeah.
I mean, D Book and Bradley. Booker can more so create his own shot, but Bradley Beal's not a point guard. So who's facilitating?
yeah,
So-
exactly. You know, they just want him as a spot shooter. He's going to be freaking Klay Thompson 2.0. Stand in the corner and just hit threes, man. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. He ain't been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a terrible contract to add.
I forgot about the contract, dude. When I
That
looked at
contract
the
was-
boy,
That contract was- no wonder
For
he
who?
was in Washington.
Who are you talking about, Brad Beal?
Yeah. That contract,
Yeah. Dude, that shitty contract.
that contract was sacrificial for Phoenix.
Yeah.
he'll be in Clipper uni.
No, but what's that?
He'll be in Clipper uni soon.
Yeah.
I swear they're going.
The Clippers, yeah, they're one of those teams too that they may
didn't blow it
be
up.
rebuilding soon.
Oh, they need to
I
blow
don't
it up.
understand the whole Kawhi Leonard's won titles. I think he's overrated because the best ability is availability. He can't stay healthy. He can't
He's
play.
like Joel Embiid. He's in that class.
Yes, exactly. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, Kawhi Leonard's coming back. I'm like, what? So he can play 2 games and then load management his way out? Like,
Yeah.
Wait,
They don't
32,
fucking play
34-year-old
games.
Kawhi Leonard, and then all of a sudden we're going to get the game 2 of the playoffs, and he's out for the rest of the series? Nah, I'm straight.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll play 2 games in a playoff series and then he's out.
He'll get hurt game 1, then he'll limp through game 2, but he'll still have a crazy game, like 35 points and shit, and then he'll come out, oh yeah, he's questionable, and he's out for game 3, 4, 5, and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Same
I'm
routine. Ain't they-
that owner, what's his name? I forget. Is it Ballmer?
Palmer.
I'd tell the GM, cut it all down. Cut it off.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Yeah.
I do like Harden, just because
Hey, Harden's been balling this year.
Yeah.
I've always.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. I've never liked Harden, but
Yeah.
Matador. I despised him when he was on the Rockets for one thing. He does not play defense. He never played defense. Ever.
Yeah.
For y'all.
Hey, you know who the modern day James Harden is?
But it was Matador defense for him. 5-on-4.
You know who the modern day James Harden is? Shea. He gets his foul calls. Man, he yeah. What'd you say?
No bullshit.
Yeah, like he gets.
That would call
Man,
it
he
right.
hunts for. Oh, did y'all see JB Bickerstaff going off? God, he had him heated. Did you see that, Anthony? With the Pistons yesterday and the Thunder, dude.
No, I didn't see it.
Cade Cunningham got ejected. There was 5 technical calls, I think, in a 40 or like a 2-minute span.
But that's Detroit.
but
They got that fighter, Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when him and LeBron were about to WWE themselves, dude.
Nah,
They're going
Isaiah
to Curry.
Stewart about to WWE. LeBron was running away from homeboy.
Dude, he did not want to fight Isaiah Stewart. I'm telling you right now.
He got
Y'all
problems.
bad.
He got some issues. Like I think what was it? Curry made a shot and then like he started like jogging like in front of the Pistons bench. The man just stood up and pushed Curry. I was like, bro, you're not in the game. What are you doing? He's like, see me outside. See me. I'm like, all you're doing is trying to fight. I was like, block a shot. Just play defense. You're trying to fight people. So
Oh man, what a week it has been. I was going through it most of February because Rockets lost that 2nd seed, but listen, all I'm gonna say is we back, baby, and you know what? We're gonna go to the West Finals. We may not have experience, but I'm gonna call it right now. Now, if you see me again in a month and I'm shedding tears and I completely retract everything I said and we lost in the first round by that time, then okay.
That'd be perfect. Oh,
I'll tell you this right now. If it's
Staten don't want my team advancing. What's that, Anthony?
If it's these 4 teams, no, one thing you better hope Golden State doesn't fall down and stays around that 7 part.
Yeah.
And y'all 2, y'all out. I don't.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Y'all ain't beating Golden State. Y'all not beating Curry.
Yeah, because you got to remember the play-in tournament, and I know Staten don't want to see Golden State either. Come on now.
I'm straight. We beat them. I don't know about y'all. We'll take it.
You're like-
we ain't, but I swear, I know we could. I know we could be Golden State. I
You
know
still,
we could.
you still got to remember he's got a man named LeBron James on the team.
Correct.
For
And
him,
I know,
it's Denver.
I mean,
For him, it's the Denver Nuggets.
it's the
Yeah,
Nuggets.
if it's Denver, they're done.
Yeah, if it's Denver, yeah. Don't worry.
Well, while y'all get to see who y'all want to avoid in the playoffs, I'm just trying to hope my team avoids the play-in. AKA not making it at all.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Yeah. Oh man.
I need Toronto to go on a run. Quick.
Yeah, you do.
Quick, in a hurry.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, anything else you want to get off your chest about the Bulls, or did you
Fire the GM.
done,
That's it.
you done talking about that team?
Fire the GM. That's all I want.
Oh man. Oh damn. We're just under 2 hours here. Holy cow. We killed it. This was a lot of fun. I just want to say thank you again for being on, of course, Anthony. And as soon as we get this bad boy edited, Staten and I are going to stay on for a little while. We're going to do some editing and get it locked and loaded. We'll probably have
I
it
gotta go
posted
eat,
tomorrow.
man.
I'll let him go eat.
Starving.
Nah.
No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but we'll have it. Hey, listen, everybody out there, don't let Stain fool you. I promise you, I don't keep him from getting to his dinners. I promise. I don't make us edit for 3 straight hours. No, I'm just nah. Anywho, other than that, nah. Seriously, thank you for being on. We had a lot of fun. As you know, we could go all day. There's all kinds of stuff in the sports scene, sports world that, yeah. I give you a lot of props for being a Titans fan. I give you even more props for being a Bulls fan.
Hey, it's
Staten, I'm gonna give him hell all the time. He's a Lakers fan and a Cowboys fan, two of the biggest
story
talked about
franchise
teams.
sports.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give him hell. But no,
It's one of those. You gotta. If you watch the bad, it'll make you appreciate the good. Now, has there been good in Tennessee? Not since we were like 2 yards short of winning the Super Bowl when I was 5 years old. But
yeah, that was with Marcus Mariota. Speaking of, wasn't it?
no.
Oh,
Against-
he talking
no,
way
that was
back.
McNair.
Steve McNair.
When he reached out for the goal line,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about like when they played the Rams. You're talking about that Super Bowl.
yeah, the only Super Bowl we've been to, yeah.
Yeah.
The only- I was 5 years old.
Damn.
I still get that picture sent by friends. Anytime that thing shows up on ESPN, oh hey, I thought about you. It tough. You gotta have tough skin, especially here in Houston. Oh, I gotta have tough skin, but I'll roll with it. I just hope the Titans win one in my lifetime.
No, for sure. Don't we all? Don't we all hope our teams do it? Because golly, we've never even been there. So
I'll make an AFC Championship game first, but
right, yeah, we got to start there. Nah, but seriously, thank you again, man. Appreciate you being on, Anthony. We had a blast. There was a lot of laughs, man. I don't think State and I laugh all the time, but we ain't laughed this much in a while.
It's been a good minute, man. It's been a good minute.
thanks for having me on, man. Anytime, just let me know.
Heck yeah, no, we're definitely gonna do it again. Staten, anything you want to add before we close out here? What's that?
Said my piece. I'm gonna lay with it.
All right, there you go. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody who's listening and or going to watch this. Even if you don't watch the whole episode, at least subscribe to our YouTube. Go check it out at Thecityboyzpod on YouTube and on Twitter and Instagram. All our links are in the bio. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you.